Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel.
All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. All the crazy shit I did tonight, those would be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
Hold it in where it belongs.
Righto, so we are out today working on the GU Patrol, and you guys would not have seen this car on the channel before. Now, first off, I don't want to talk too long about it, but I've had this car for around about 7 years, and it's spent the last 3 years sitting inside my shed looking pretty sad. Now, we're going to go back in time just a little bit to see what we've done for the last couple of days on this car, but finally, after 3 years off the road, it is out the shed. Give it a full wash over and you get some of this engine bay sorted out, which is looking very empty at the moment. Now, this did have an engine in it before, or an engine block that we're doing a conversion with, but we've completely changed up our mind and all the ideas about this car. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. Now, what are we doing with the vehicle and why you haven't seen it on the channel as of yet? Well, honestly, I was so unsure about what to do with this car that it just never made the channel. So you're usually used to seeing the content on the MP300 over there, and there is a bit of bad news. I have actually sold that vehicle, so the MP is going to be no more on the channel. Don't get me wrong, I've still got another MP, so you will see stuff coming up in the future for that as well, but this car in particular has sold. Alright, so this is the last drive. Just got to take it down the road to the transport company. So they've just parked up as they don't want to go all the way up the hill to turn around. So yeah, we'll get her on the truck and say goodbye. Yep, there she goes. So I guess you're wondering, why did I sell the MP? Well, mainly to actually fund this build here. I've had this for 7 years and it's been sitting in a state for around about 3 of those. You would have seen it in the background of the Navara build stuff and probably wondered to yourself what I'm doing with it. Well, it's time that we actually get a full build done on this car. So we're talking suspension, diff housings, lockers, engine conversion, gearbox, the interior, the whole lot. We're doing bar work and everything in between. So we've made a big budget for this car, and we're just about to make a purchase on a brand new engine combo that very few people have done here in Australia. So we're going to reveal that at a later date, and whatever you think it is, drop it in the comments. I'm curious to see what people think I'm going to be putting in this. Now, quick rundown what was actually going in the car is it did have an LS in it, and we were doing an LS turbo build. We had the turbo manifolds, everything ready to go. I'd welded the mounts in, and you'll see that in just a minute with the actual engine block in there, and me pretty much removing all that back out of the car and the engine mounts off the chassis. But we're changing that out and going back to a diesel, so it's going to be something a little bit different. Anyway, let's go back, pull this thing out the shed, give it a good wash, and show you about pretty much stripping the engine bay back out again.
been driving through the night alone, trying to find a way, but there's no way home. Empty bottles on the passenger seat, memories playing on repeat. Your voice still echoes in my head like a song I can't forget. I've been chasing ghosts through every town, every road just brings me down. I thought I'd heal, but I'm still broke, feeling lost in the smoke. And I don't know where I'm going, but I can't stop this motion. I'm falling through the same mistakes, no matter how far I break, 'cause there's no way home. Every road just feels so cold. I keep driving through the rain, but the pain won't let me go. There's no way home.
Okay, so that's the two manifolds off and the wastegate. So it took me quite a while to build and design these. Obviously had to fit around everything in there. So next we're going to remove the engine mounts, the power steering pump first. I'll take the heads off because they're just sort of sitting there at the moment. And once we've done that, we can get the engine block out. That's two out. The rest of this should be ready to go. There we go. Righto. So that is definitely the last bolt. Now it's just as hard as getting it up on here and getting it out of the car, which I was really not looking forward to. Because even though they're light, they're still very heavy. That's done. On to the next bit. So much room for activities now. Alright, so now that we're down in the engine bay, we're going to start cutting these engine mounts back off. I've already done the passenger side one just over here. I thought I actually had the camera on, but I forgot that, well, I didn't. So that one's off. We're going to remove the actual bushing out of this now and get to work cutting the old mount off. And once we've done that, we can clean up the chassis rails and get everything sorted out there. So, not going to waste too much time. Let's get into it.
Since you left, I've been alone. Yeah, I'm lost inside my soul, and there's no way home. Streetlights fade like memories, dripping down like melodies. Every night feels just the same. Empty hearts and broken names. I tried to call, but I hung up twice. Couldn't find the words to make it.
Unless the engine mount's all cut off, so we've still got a heap of clean up. There's a little bit of a lip just there. We've got to finish grinding down. We've got all the outer sections just around here that we've got to grind down nice and flat. Once we've done that, we'll put a bit of well-through primer over it so it doesn't rust until we get to make way for the new engine to go in. Obviously we've got this side done as well, which we did off camera. Probably took around about 20 minutes a side. So quite a lengthy process, and they'll definitely weld it on very well. Alright, so it's been a couple of days since we've been out working on the Patrol. We've had some 40+ degree days, and it's just been a bit miserable to come out and actually work on the car. So yeah, I've pretty much left things the way they were. Now what we have achieved, we ended up pulling out the clutch master cylinder, clutch booster, and the lines, slave cylinder, etc. So that's now all pulled out of the vehicle as we are going auto. Now the next thing we're actually going to be doing is pulling out the same setup but with the brakes. So pulling out the brake master, the brake booster as well. Not pulling out lines or anything like that because we still need those. We obviously need brakes. But what we're going to be fitting up in a couple of days time when it finally gets here is a hydro boost setup. Now if you're not familiar with a hydro boost setup, they're pretty much replaces your vacuum booster with a hydraulic one, and it's usually run off your power steering pump or off of a external pump and reservoir setup, like say an Astra pump or something like that. Now, Marks claim that these increase your braking from, I think it was around about 96 meters from 100 to 0, and I think it dropped down to about 54 meters from 100 to 0, so you're almost halving your braking distance, and that's just with a hydro boost and braided lines. So it's pretty astronomical considering. Now, it is not a cheap thing. They're around about $1,600 to $1,800 depending on what setup, and Marks do them for most vehicles. So if you're interested, go and check them out. Give them a phone call, which is what I ended up doing, and I actually found out that they do a kit specific for my engine conversion, which is pretty cool because it saves me making lines at a later date. So, not going to waste too much more time. You know about them, you know what's going on. Let's turn the camera around and get this master cylinder and booster out of the car. Okay, so we've got the bolts all out on the inside. Just got to remove a couple of little lines just here and this plug, which is for your low level. So we've got, I think there's just 2 lines that come up. So we're going to get those out of the way. And if you're lucky, they'll crack like that and not round off. Yeah, I smacked myself in the face, but got it. And that there is the factory vacuum booster, all out. Okay, so that's probably going to be it for this video. The sun's going down, so light behind me is getting a bit dark, but we did get a bit achieved in this first part. We've obviously pulled the old engine out, some of the brake stuff, some of the clutch stuff, got out all that, sold the engine. So we've done a little bit. There's a lot more that we still need to achieve and that I would have liked to have achieved in the video, but until parts start rocking up, unfortunately, I can't do too much. I have got some interior stuff that has come in the last couple of days, and all the suspension stuff hopefully will be sent off in the next few days so we can get into that, as well as obviously the engine and all the other bits and pieces. So with all that being said, if you do want to see where this build goes, you are interested in it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop us a like. It does help out the channel, it helps me out, and obviously getting more videos out. And also drop in the comments what engine you think is going to go in this and what you would put in it if you were doing the same build. Until then, not going to take up too much more time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.